So I want to give you a little background about Mountain Oak Vapors, and I will refer to my phone a lot because I don't have notes, I just have my phone. So MOV was founded in January 2012 by Steve and Brandy Nair, and it started off as a strictly online business. They started it, I mean, it's a family business, and it continues to be a family business. The industry boomed in about 2013, and they opened their first brick and mortar store, and it was one of the first brick and mortar stores in the whole southeast of Tennessee. Now, I haven't worked with them since the beginning, but it was the first vape shop that I ever went to. So they're also a manufacturer. They never took out a loan to start their business. They were able to sell their liquid to one of the first Cigalikes, and that's how they got their starter money. And then we now have 8 stores. We have 2 in Florida, 1 in Georgia, 4 in Tennessee, and 1 in New York. Now, responsible manufacturing, we have a 15,000 square foot manufacturing facility, and we do a lot of white label stuff. We do a lot of private label stuff. We didn't even sell third-party liquid until a year ago. And the only reason we started selling third-party liquid is because of the 2016 regulations. We can't make any new liquids, so we have to bring in other liquids to keep it fresh for our customers. Some challenges that we've seen as the industry has grown, some are business issues and some are moral issues. Our labeling has always been adult-oriented. But now with the regulations, not only does it have to be adult-oriented, we have to make sure that we have the warnings, and the owners spend a lot of money to make sure we're in compliant. And so when I speak, I don't want to offend anyone, but I see these companies getting pats on the back for their rebrands when it should have been done right the first time. You shouldn't have to rebrand. If you do it right in the beginning and you have integrity in the beginning, you don't have to rebrand. MOV is always focused on responsibility, and a lot of times in this industry, your choices are a quick cash grab or a more responsible long-term vision. And what Steve and Brandy chose to do is have a more responsible long-term vision, because what we're seeing, and I took a walk around this area today, and you can have the best liquid, and it could be the best liquid I've ever tasted. It will never hit our shelves. These labels will never hit our shelves. And I know that that's not the most popular opinion right now, but it doesn't, if your liquid's not good, if your liquid's good and you're not being responsible, it's not coming to us. And we also believe that our responsible approach has helped really establish us in the industry. If you've been around for a while, you've at least heard of us. We're not flashy, we're not huge, but we do have 8 stores, and we are responsible manufacturers. Another part of our focus, other than being a responsible manufacturer, is being customer-oriented. A lot of times in this industry, we forget about why we're here, and that's for the smoker. We've never had cloud competitions in our shop. We never got into any of that stuff, and our focus has always been the customers. Our gold label line, we still offer, it comes in 9, 18, 0, 9, 18, and 24. And so we're one of the few places around that still offer 24 milligram. Granted, it's just in the one line, but those are net tobaccos. That's with the smoker in mind, because if we don't keep bringing the smokers in, none of us are going to survive. We make decisions every day about what products to bring in based on the labels. Like I said, I took a walk around, and it doesn't matter how good your liquid is. If your branding's not responsible, it's not going to hit our shelves. And if we don't all start taking that approach, that's when these FDA letters are going to start coming in, and they've already started going out. And we don't want your shop to get one of those letters. We support our customers by choosing to support the industry, and the way that we do that is we fund the lawsuits, we fund our state organizations, we fund our national organizations, and as long as we keep this long-term vision, that's how we're going to be able to keep bringing these products to our customers. I'm also with the Tennessee Smoke-Free Association, and we work closely with Florida, and we work closely with Georgia, and we work closely with the BTA. And TSFA has managed to defeat 18 bills since we started in 2014. We just had our 4-year anniversary. The only 2 bills that have passed this was before it was a federal law, is 18 and up, and child-proof caps. And as an industry, we can never argue those 2 points, and we didn't. We helped write that legislation. We want to be on the right side of history on that. One of the things that the owner says, it's one of my favorite things that he says that being responsible isn't at odds with being successful. And what he means by that is, it goes back to the cash grab. You don't have to be flashy and have the cartoons to be successful. We found tremendous success with the approach of being responsible, and it continues today. We were able to open 2 more stores this year. Steve has also created, I'm going to get a little bit of help here. How many of you guys are shop owners? Or work in a shop at least? All right. Steve created before he was a e-liquid manufacturer, he was a programmer, and that's what all of our stuff in our shop, all of our point of sale systems are homemade, everything's homemade, our wholesale program, because he's a programmer by trade. So he created an app. I can't see what you're doing, but I'm assuming. And it's a free app, and you can download it. It doesn't cost anything. He's not charging anything for this app. And as you know, if you use social media and you post a picture of your liquid on it, it has to have that warning on it. It has to have that 20% warning. So what he did is he made this app, and you can take any picture you want, and it takes about 10 seconds to overlay that warning on the picture. Small demonstration. That's it. It takes 15 seconds and you're compliant. So I don't know of any shops that don't use some form of social media, but that's all it takes to be compliant in your ads, is to have that warning on there. And so the app is free. It's in the Apple Store. It's on the Play Store. So download it, use it. That's what he made it for. And of course, we have a little plug on there. We've got our wholesale side on there. We're gonna, we got to get something out of it. But you don't have to order from us to use this app. It's free, and that's part of his approach to being a responsible shop owner. He wants to help other people be responsible shop owners, because at the end of the day, if we don't have each other's back, if we're not helping each other out, we're not going to survive. I'm not from Florida. I'm from Tennessee. I know James is from Ohio. She's from Florida, but we are all in this together. We are all advocates, and if we don't do this together, if we don't do it the right way, we are not going to survive. If we keep bringing these, I'm not going to call anybody out, but I took some pictures today as I walked around. I'm like, man, that stuff will never be in our shop. And as long as shops still bring this stuff in, you're part of the problem. And I asked Dolores, what can I say today without pissing a bunch of people off, and she said I can say what I want, so I'm going to. As long as we keep bringing this stuff in, as long as we keep allowing this to happen, we're going to continue to get the scrutiny that we got. Because what is the one thing that the FDA is on us right now? The kids. Think of the kids. We're hooking a whole new generation. There's juice boxes over there. How can we go to the FDA and say we're not marketing to children when there's juice boxes over there? It's insane. It makes no business sense. It's not sustainable. And then the other, we're a manufacturer and a distro. We distribute our own liquid as well as other liquids. I get emails every day for 100 mils for $4. Can your shop survive? We can't survive as a manufacturer doing that. But as long as people are paying that, as long as people are doing that, they're going to buy it. They're selling this stuff retail at wholesale prices. Brick and mortar shops cannot survive that way. So it's going to be up to us to say, you know what? I will pay you $7.99 for a 60 mil. I will pay you $9.99 for a 100 mil because it's worth it. Because your labels are compliant. I can sell this in my shop, and it's worth it. It's a finished product that you can be proud of. And it's not, you probably can get it for cheaper, but you will get a letter from the FDA when you're selling stuff in juice boxes. So that's responsible ownership, that's responsible manufacturing, that's doing things the right way. And I'm proud to work for MOB because we have done things the right way since the beginning. Before anyone told us we had to do it the right way, we did it the right way. And that's something I'm really proud of, and I'm not trying to toot MOB's own horn. I'm here to talk about responsible shop ownership. However, we were asked here because we are a responsible shop, and we appreciate the opportunity. I don't have a whole lot else to say. If you guys have any questions about Mountain Vapors, about responsible shop owners, or about TSFA, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. But if you don't have this app, tell your other shops. And I know in Tennessee and Chattanooga, because we have TSFA, we don't have the shop rivalry that you see in a lot of places. If we find something good, we're going to call another TSFA shop and say, hey, we found this really cool thing. I think you guys should use it. So go to the shop next to you. Tell them about this app. Show them how easy it is. Tell them about Florida Smoke-Free Association. Work together. That's part of being a responsible shop owner, is working together. Don't undercut each other. Don't cut each other's throats. Be responsible. Because we won't have to cut each other's throats. The FDA is going to do it for us. So the least we can do is work together.